Oh man, time is flying. So I've been playing with a lot of AI tools, and just over the past few months, um, just trying to see what I can build, like a lot of you. And I've gone through bolt.new. V0 has been a very good way to design wireframes and stuff like that. And I'm actually using it to build a website right now that I'll be deploying to Vercel. It's taken me like 2-3 days now that I've gone through multiple iterations of just trying building different things. What I want to talk about today is there's this GitHub repo that I came across. Transform your $20 cursor into a Devin-like AI assistant. And so cursor rules is being used here as context to constantly take this page and everything that's on it and actually just use it as a constant to get like consistent results. So what this does is it makes it so that your agent can learn. I'm just going to go to where I have it actually installed right now so that you can see what it does. So there's instructions here that give examples of how to use cursor rules as a scratch pad to just kind of mark off what we've done, what problems we've come across, what to just, it learns. And so I just wanted to kind of show you how to get it up and running and what it's allowed me to do. So this project we're in right now was an idea that I've had for the past, this is one of those things where AI just moves so quick that I was like, when did I come up with this idea? It's literally like a week and a half ago. I wanted to build an app where I take these screenshots of like, oh, I want to remember what they said in this podcast at this particular like point. So I'll go back and I'll listen to it and yeah, I'll write it down or I'll just take the notes there and actually keep it organized somehow. Yeah, never happens. So I want to be able to save things like that. I want to be able to take different forms of media and be able to somehow export a summary after uploading it that helps me organize my thoughts and actually create actionable plans and stuff like that. So I want to be able to take audio, video, screenshots, and links, like recipe links, and be able to export actionable to-do lists, be able to organize that stuff. And then also be able to scan something with your phone, be able to take a picture. So, a few days later now, I have gotten a few instances of building this under my belt. And so all that to say, this is everything that's in the cursor rules file that's helping us just kind of build this thing. You have to start the project with this. So this is the task list that it just keeps up to date. So once we complete things, it'll actually, like here, watch this. So please update the scratch list with our last successful error handling. So it's going to go in here. I think we were in link handling. So it's gonna update that. But basically, it keeps track of the progress that you've made. And then one thing that you'll run into in Cursor is there's so much in a composer window that it just like bogs it down, just like any other LLM right now. You chat for too long and it's going to kind of bog it down with a bunch of stuff that just you need to start a new composer window. So audio recording tab, replace recording. Yeah, because what it was doing at first is like, oh, I want people to be able to record from the app. It's like, no, that's not going to happen. We're just going to upload files. It's going to be way better on data storage and stuff like that. So we're going to accept that. So let's get back to why you're actually here. It's how do you get this set up? Where is it? So I'm going to link this in the description, and it's got a tutorial. I'll link that too because that'll just be easier that way. So there's a few things that you need to install. I literally built this in just a matter of like a day. So, and we're building an app in Xcode. Like, of course I would have to pick something that hard. So it actually works. Like, it's already working. I'm going to make the UI more my style. So this is kind of the theme I'm going to go for. Anyway, back to the process of setting this up. So what you are going to do in the instructions is, if you haven't already downloaded Cursor, it's a good place to start. If you haven't done it yet, this is a good reason to start using Cursor because it's going to automate so much of what you would have trouble actually getting to work. You want to go into your settings and features and enable YOLO mode. Do it at your own risk. This is in the instructions. Pay attention to this and the command allow list. So what you do is you go to the repo, but make sure you've installed Python. If you haven't, this is what I did. I didn't know if I had the wherewithal to be able to do this correctly and go through the whole process, but that's what Claude is for. That's what O1 is for. So I chose Claude in this instance, and I said, this is what I'm doing. I just copy pasted, like, these are the instructions. Like, how can I check to see if Python's installed? And then it does the, version command for terminal. You want to be creating your project file using this install. You go to the folder that you're putting this in terminal. Once you make sure that you're there, like if I wanted to go there right now, just to show you how that works. Okay, now we're here. So you install cookiecutter. I didn't run into this, but that information is there. What you want to do then is name the project, and you're doing this in terminal. So you're actually creating your Cursor project in terminal. This is what we're going to do. We're actually just going to start a new project. So let's actually do this. What should we build? What's another one of my ideas? Let's make a Solana sniping bot. Let's do it. Let's just wing it. Okay, so I don't need to delete and re-download. It will ask. You can just press yes since it's default. Okay, so see, that's good. That's good to. So we'll call it Sniper. Cursor. Cool. So it's creating the virtual environment. So yes, do the update, activate virtual environment. No such file. Cursor sniper. We're going to now open folder sniper. Cool. So when you have this pulled up, you're going to notice there's already stuff in here. You got your cursor rules. This is all ready to go. So then what you're going to do is Command I opens a composer, go to agent, and then we're just going to put in ready to cook. So agent is selected, Claude is selected, cursor rules is being targeted. Let's see what it does. This is so much. I've had to get to the maximum amount of iterations that it'll do, 25, before it'll say we need human intervention, just to be sure. One other thing I want to mention is when you hit a milestone, a good idea is to, before it gets bogged down to the point where you have to go back a few steps just for it to even complete a response, you want to tell it, like, give me a thorough enough prompt that you can hit the ground running. Mention the scratch pad to verify the scratch pad, make sure it's all updated with our progress. What were our wins? What are the things that we still need to work on? What mistakes did we realize we need to avoid? All this is what you would kind of tell it, so it will give you a prompt that you then click here and pull up a new composer window so that you can continue with, like, a lot faster responses and just more reliability. So let's see. We don't have any UI implementation. Next.js would be an excellent choice. Blah, 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 blah. Pivot to UI sometime soon so we can check out progress. So let's go into the best way to kind of convey reasoning. So usually this is a really good way to break out of like when you get stuck trying to troubleshoot and just nothing's working. So you'll say, approach these steps methodically by writing 3 reasoning paragraphs about how and why you'll take those steps. So that's one part. Reasoning, create multiple reasoning paragraphs. I usually just do 1 or 2 if you're trying to get past errors that you've been running into a lot. This is the other key part. Start the reasoning unsure and end fully confident. Structure and layers. So implementation strategy. I'm now confident in implementing this, blah, blah, blah. Oh, so he's already starting. He didn't even wait for my permission. That's awesome. It just gets everything right. It's really cool to watch it go through a bunch of so building Hold My Brain, we got to this point where it said, I recommend we go through some error handling, just strengthening of the app so that it's very robust. And I was like, okay, well, that's a good idea. But then it's like error, error, error. I'm trying to preview it in Xcode. It's not working. I just go and I give it the errors that we're getting. If we get a lot, I screenshot, and you can just screenshot and it'll pop up right down here. You just drag it right in, give it some extra context of like, why are we seeing this? And then you could start seeing out of like the 68 things in the build process that we're working on, okay, we got to 36. Blah, blah, blah. I think this is what we should do. Okay, we got to 42 this time. Cool, we're making progress. I think I know what to do next. And it just, and then build succeeded. And it's so gratifying when that happens. Please set up a dark mode Next.js site. I can preview at localhost and make it look similar to the formatting in the attached image. Localhost 3000. So then we can just copy this. You're typically going to get errors on the first try. Not serializable. I got that error earlier on the Hold My Brain app. There we go. Boom. Start trading. It's not going to do anything yet, but and none of these buttons work yet, but kind of got the theme. We want to do some gradients and stuff like that, but we can just kind of design from there. Please refer to that image I gave you to add a gradient to the ground of the site. And let's put a stock dashboard and P&L artifacts on the page. I don't know if I'm using the word artifacts correctly there, because I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. Already got a gradient. It's not even done cooking. I wonder if we can get some like errors going. Okay. Noise texture, sure, accept. Let's work on error handling next, please. Damn, look at that. Look at that. I just built that so quick. And then you can just, recent trades, you can actually connect that to whatever, Photon or something. Like, dude, that was so fucking fast. And the way that these icons, time is money, that's from my site. That's crazy. Okay, cool. But yeah, that's how quickly it'll change things. I'm not doing all this like playing around and testing things in that app that I'm building because I'm actually going to be using the app. But I'll go through and show you the composer when like the amount of just back and forth of building the thing, because it's pretty crazy how much. I wonder if I'll be able to find the errors. Well, I'm sure I'll be able to find the errors. It's all a chat. Just keeps going and going and going and going. Favicon from a sniper. Like shit, maybe I'm probably actually going to call my sniper a sniper when I actually build it. I just want to go back through the history. So hold my brain. Composer history. So these are all the composer windows. Assessment, debugging, recipe parsing. Oh, the recipe parsing. So I want to be able to take recipes, just drop in a link for a website. Because like when I'm making food and there's a recipe online, there's all the ads and the formatting's weird and like you'll get lost on the page or like swipe and it'll take you to another website and it's like maddening. So I want to be able to just export it into like an MD file. And so we kept running into all these like errors with like fractional things like half a cup of sugar and stuff like that. And then parentheses, comma, whether it says a pound this way or like LB. This one took so fucking long, but it's like it just sat there and over and over and over, blah, blah. So then like right here, connection failed. So I had to start a new one. So that was this one. So then that was 21 hours ago. Let's see if I can find a prompt where I told it to do reasoning paragraphs. So, okay, here we go. Before we proceed, let's brainstorm for a minute. What's going on? Please describe it in a reasoning paragraph, starting off very unsure and ending extremely confident in your answer. Thought through it. Let's run it to see if it fixes it. Is there a new way around this thing? See, I was just like, this fraction thing. So then you have to kind of problem solve in a way where you ask it, what is it that we're running into? Just explain the problem. Don't take any action now because it's gonna do that. It's gonna be like, let me answer your question and do like 50 things. So I would ask it, what the issue was, think about it in a different way, stuff like that. Apologize for the So, okay. So the test passed. Cool. So we're just going to back out. I don't want to mess with this, but it's so cool what it can do. This upgrade is insane. So again, it's devin.cursorrules. It's public. You want to make sure it's the one that has a lot of forks, stars, and watching. Only 50 people watching. And then go to the instructions to be able to get it installed. But I hope this was helpful. I'm going to keep building, put in the comments anything that you're interested in seeing me build. Go build yourself. Like, these tools are just getting nuts. Like, it's literally days. Days are feeling like weeks. And I'm staying up till like 2 a.m. most nights to work on this stuff. So anyway, I'll keep posting videos. I am really liking just diving into this shit. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.